Back in the late 1990s, Jennifer Lopez was on the rise, gaining fame from her role in Selena and her emerging music career. During this time, she gave an interview that would haunt her for years. In a moment that seemed both honest and bold, Lopez named several celebrities she considered overrated, including Madonna. She claimed that, while Madonna had made significant contributions to music, her acting was subpar, suggesting that Madonna's fame often overshadowed her actual talent. The backlash was swift. Madonna, known for her sharp wit, publicly dismissed Lopez's acting skills and criticized her singing, implying that Lopez relied on production rather than true vocal talent. This feud captured media attention, creating a cultural spectacle that divided fans and industry insiders. Some admired Lopez's boldness, while others felt she disrespected a music icon. Despite later attempts to clarify her comments, the incident shaped a lasting view of Lopez as someone whose ambition sometimes overshadowed tact. The tension between her and Madonna lingered, illustrating the complexities of fame and public perception. Scott Barnes, one of the most sought-after celebrity makeup artists of his generation, played an integral role in shaping Jennifer Lopez's image during the peak of her early 2000s stardom. He wasn't just a hired hand. He was part of her creative brain trust, the architect behind her signature, J.Lo Glow, and a trusted friend who traveled with her, knew her schedule intimately, and often worked with her in private, off-camera moments. For years, they were nearly inseparable on the red carpet and behind the scenes. Barnes helped define Lopez's beauty brand, influencing fashion and makeup trends that trickled down into mainstream culture. However, their tight-knit partnership came to a shocking and painful halt when Lopez became convinced that someone from her inner circle was leaking confidential information to the press. At the time, Lopez was facing intense scrutiny regarding her personal life, and Barnes, unfortunately, found himself in the crosshairs. Based on circumstantial evidence and rumors, Lopez believed he was the source of the leaks. Without a direct confrontation or formal investigation, she abruptly cut ties with him, leaving him stunned, heartbroken, and professionally ostracized. The severance was not just professional, it was deeply personal. Barnes spoke later about how hurt and betrayed he felt, having been cast aside by someone he considered a close friend and confidant. Despite the accusations, Barnes maintained his innocence throughout. Eventually, the truth surfaced. He had not leaked anything, and there was no credible evidence against him. As Lopez recognized the mistake, she allowed him to return to her team. But by then, the emotional damage was irreparable. She never offered a public or private apology, and though they resumed working together sporadically, their bond was never the same. For Barnes, the experience was transformative. It exposed the fragility of trust in the entertainment industry, where loyalty can be severed with a whisper, and reputation destroyed in silence. Though he rebuilt his career and worked with other A-list clients, the episode with Lopez remained one of the most painful betrayals of his life. It also added to the ongoing narrative about Lopez's reputation behind the scenes, that while she could be fiercely loyal, she could also be unforgiving, and those caught in her wake had to navigate both her warmth and her wrath with equal care. Navigating the relationship between Jennifer Garner and Jennifer Lopez reveals a complex web of emotions and challenges. Both women are prominent figures in the public eye, and their connection is deeply intertwined with Ben Affleck, who shares children with Garner. After Garner and Affleck's divorce, which followed years of struggles with his addictions and infidelity, she focused on creating a stable environment for their 3 children. Garner worked hard to shield them from media attention, embodying calm and grounded parenting. Her commitment to structure and healthy living became central to her identity. When Lopez re-entered Affleck's life in 2021, nearly 2 decades after their initial engagement, it marked a significant cultural moment. The media celebrated the reunion of Bennifer too, but this rekindled romance brought new dynamics into Garner's life. While Garner maintained a public demeanor of politeness, reports indicated underlying tension. Lopez's lavish lifestyle and social media presence contrasted sharply with Garner's careful boundaries. A particularly sensitive issue arose around Affleck's smoking habit, which Garner had worked hard to keep away from their children due to health concerns. In contrast, Lopez publicly praised Affleck's choices, creating friction between their differing philosophies. Despite efforts to remain cordial, the emotional undercurrents between the 2 women are palpable. Garner's appearances with the children and Lopez's attempts to blend their families often reveal strained body language and carefully chosen words. The reality of co-parenting with a high-profile partner like Affleck highlights the challenges faced by modern blended families. Behind the public smiles lies a reality filled with negotiation, boundary setting, and the quiet endurance of emotional discomfort as they navigate their shared roles in a flex life. Amid the vibrant world of Latinx entertainment, the relationship between Jennifer Lopez and Salma Hayek has sparked much discussion and speculation. The tension began in 1998, a pivotal moment for Lopez as she rose to fame following her role in Selena. In a magazine interview, she made comments that many perceived as harsh, particularly towards Hayek. Lopez suggested that Hayek relied more on her looks than her acting talent, which struck a nerve. The situation escalated when Lopez accused Hayek of fabricating a story about being offered the role of Selena before Lopez. This accusation implied that Hayek was not suitable for the role, which deeply hurt Hayek, who had faced her own struggles as a Mexican actress in Hollywood. Although Hayek did not respond immediately, she later spoke about the challenges Latino women face in the industry, often highlighting how they sometimes undermine each other instead of supporting one another. While she never directly named Lopez, the implications were clear. This ongoing tension between the two actresses has shaped public perceptions of Lopez, with many viewing her comments as unnecessarily harsh and detrimental to the unity of Latina actresses. Over time, Lopez became associated with a certain cold ambition, leading to the nickname J. Lulu among younger fans, a term used to mock her perceived arrogance and dismissive attitude towards other women. Despite their successful careers, with Hayek receiving critical acclaim and an Oscar nomination, the unresolved conflict serves as a reminder of the competitive nature of the industry. Their rare public appearances together are often marked by minimal interaction, reflecting the lingering effects of their past disagreements. The story of Lopez and Hayek illustrates how ambition and careless words can fracture relationships and resonate throughout an entire industry, highlighting the ongoing challenges faced by Latina actresses striving for recognition and respect. Over the years, Jennifer Lopez has built a reputation for chart-topping hits that have helped define the sound of early 2000s pop and R&B. However, behind some of those hits lies a lesser-known story involving singer-songwriter Ashanti, whose role in shaping key Lopez songs has long gone uncredited. This situation has sparked a debate about artistic ownership, industry politics, and the erasure of emerging talent. Ashanti, who was signed to Murder Inc. Records in the early 2000s and rose to fame with her breakout hit, Foolish, later revealed that several of her demo recordings and lyrical contributions were used in Lopez major releases without public acknowledgement. Specifically, Ashanti disclosed that her vocals and lyrics were used in Lopez, I'm Real, and Ain't It Funny, two of the biggest hits of Lopez's music career. Both tracks featured Ja Rule and were instrumental in boosting Lopez's crossover appeal in the urban and hip-hop markets. However, Ashanti's demo vocals were allegedly not only referenced, but directly used as part of the final mixes, with Lopez's own vocals dubbed over or blended in during production. Despite the creative input Ashanti provided, both lyrically and vocally, her name was not officially credited on the songs, nor was her contribution widely known at the time. Ashanti spoke publicly about the issue years later, expressing a mix of disappointment and resignation. She acknowledged that the music industry often operates in murky territory, especially when producers and labels control the narrative, but she also made clear that the experience limited her potential during a critical time in her career. Being overshadowed on songs that could have elevated her status as a primary artist ultimately impacted her trajectory in the mainstream spotlight. Many fans and critics viewed the situation as emblematic of a larger pattern in Lopez's career, benefiting from the labor and creativity of others while maintaining a carefully curated public image as a solo powerhouse. The controversy reignited broader conversations about ghost vocals and the treatment of women of color, particularly black women, in the entertainment industry. Ashanti's revelations gave voice to frustrations felt by many collaborators who work behind the scenes and are often left without credit, compensation, or recognition. For Lopez, the fallout added yet another layer to her complex legacy, raising questions about whether her rise to superstardom came, in part, at the expense of those whose contributions were never acknowledged. In 2005, a notable conflict arose between R&B star Usher and Jennifer Lopez regarding her single Get Right. Usher claimed that the song was a reworked version of his own unreleased track, Ride. He had recorded Ride, but chose not to include it in his final album. The song, produced by Rich Harrison, featured a catchy horn riff and a unique vocal style that quickly captured the audience's attention. However, Usher felt that the instrumental and arrangement of Get Right closely resembled his own work. When he heard Lopez's version, he was shocked to find that it shared the same horn section and rhythmic elements. Although the lyrics differed, the overall sound was unmistakably similar. Usher expressed his feelings of betrayal, stating that he had worked closely with Rich Harrison and expected loyalty in their artistic collaboration. He was blindsided by the decision to give the track to Lopez without his knowledge. This incident raised questions about the ethics of music production, especially regarding how unused songs are often shared among artists. For Lopez, the success of Get Right came with controversy, placing her under scrutiny for creative appropriation. While the song achieved commercial success, the situation left a negative impact on relationships within the music industry, particularly for Usher, marking a moment of disillusionment in his career. While Howard Stern has built a reputation for his provocative and brutally honest style as a radio host, his long-standing criticism of Jennifer Lopez highlights his views on modern celebrity culture. Stern perceives Lopez as a symbol of self-promotional excess, a stance he has maintained since her rise to fame. His critiques intensified during her time as a judge on American Idol, where he accused her of using the platform primarily to enhance her own image rather than genuinely support emerging talent. He often mocked her performances, questioning her vocal abilities, and suggesting that she focused more on branding than on artistic expression. Stern has labeled her a celebrity entrepreneur, emphasizing her numerous business ventures, including fragrances and fashion lines, which he believes undermine her artistic integrity. The tension escalated with her judging style on American Idol, which he described as rehearsed and insincere, arguing that she prioritized her image over providing meaningful feedback. Lopez, aware of Stern's biting remarks, has reportedly avoided him, steering clear of interviews and events where he might be present. Although she has not publicly addressed his criticisms, insiders suggest she views him as mean-spirited, more focused on tearing down others than offering fair critique. For Stern, his ongoing critiques of Lopez serve as a commentary on celebrity culture, positioning her as a case study in prioritizing image over artistry. Their one-sided feud illustrates a clash between two influential media figures, each commanding attention in their own distinct ways. While both Eva Mendes and Jennifer Lopez have made significant strides in Hollywood, their journeys reflect different values and aspirations. Mendes has openly discussed her discomfort with the media's tendency to compare the two actresses, emphasizing that their experiences and ambitions are not interchangeable. She respects Lopez for her visibility and the barriers she has broken for Latina actresses, yet she does not see her as a role model in terms of artistic integrity. Mendes has chosen to pursue challenging roles that allow her to explore emotional depth, such as in Training Day and The Place Beyond the Pines. In contrast, Lopez is often associated with mainstream romantic comedies and a variety of business ventures, including fashion lines and television hosting. Mendes has articulated a desire to be recognized as a serious actress rather than a multi-hyphenate celebrity, suggesting that Lopez's career path is more about building a lifestyle brand. Despite their differences, Mendes acknowledges Lopez's role in making Latina actresses more marketable in Hollywood. This divergence in their professional paths has kept them at a respectful distance, as they both navigate the complexities of representation in the industry. Mendes' perspective highlights the varied definitions of success within marginalized communities, illustrating that even among those who share similar backgrounds, there can be distinct visions of what it means to thrive in the entertainment world. The feud between Mariah Carey and Jennifer Lopez is a notable rivalry in pop culture, marked by industry politics and personal conflicts. It began with Carey's famous line, "I don't know her," said with a smile when asked about Lopez in the early 2000s. This seemingly dismissive comment hinted at deeper issues, rooted in industry dynamics and perceived betrayals. At the center of this conflict was Tommy Mottola, Carey's ex-husband, and a powerful figure at Sony Music. After their divorce, Mottola reportedly supported Lopez as Sony's next big star, which Carey viewed as a move to undermine her. The tensions escalated with the release of Lopez's single, "I'm Real," which used a sample from Yellow Magic Orchestra's Firecracker. Carey had intended to use the same sample for her song Loverboy, part of her film Glitter. After securing the rights, Carey was surprised to find the sample on Lopez's track first, forcing her to make last-minute changes. This incident was seen as part of Mottola's strategy to sabotage Carey's projects during a challenging time in her career. Lopez, while not directly accused of the sabotage, became a symbol of Mottola's influence. She collaborated with producers and songwriters previously associated with Carey, which added to the perception that she was benefiting from Carey's creative efforts. For Carey, who was facing personal struggles and a decline in her critical reception, this felt like an invasion of her artistic space. Over the years, she has alluded to her feelings of betrayal, describing certain female artists as lacking authenticity. Although Lopez has mostly refrained from discussing the feud, Carey's phrase "I don't know her" has turned into a cultural meme, representing a subtle disdain. Despite both being immensely successful female artists, they have never collaborated, shared a stage, or reconciled their differences. This ongoing rivalry illustrates how industry politics and male executives can create divisions among women, leading to lasting impacts on their personal and professional lives. In the world of entertainment, Jennifer Lopez's rise to fame is a remarkable story. Her early career break came when she joined the cast of the hit sketch comedy series In Living Color as a fly girl dancer. This opportunity was pivotal in launching her into the public eye. Behind her casting was Rosie Perez, a talented choreographer, an actress who played a significant role in shaping the Fly Girls. Perez fought hard for Lopez's inclusion, despite producers being hesitant about her attitude and appearance, labeling her as too street. Perez recognized Lopez's potential and advocated for her, helping her navigate a competitive environment. Initially, their relationship was one of mentorship, with Perez guiding Lopez through the challenges of the entertainment industry. However, as Lopez's fame grew, their bond began to fray. Lopez distanced herself from her roots as a dancer and made statements that some interpreted as dismissive of her cultural identity. She expressed frustration at being typecast in roles that emphasize her Latina background, seeking to break free from ethnic stereotypes. This desire for broader representation seemed to discredit the importance of Latina roles, which concerned Perez and others. Tensions escalated when Lopez accused Perez of mistreating her during their time on the show, suggesting a toxic work environment. Perez was taken aback by these claims, asserting that she had always been Lopez's biggest supporter. The accusations created a rift that was never fully resolved, leaving Perez disappointed by Lopez's attempts to reshape their narrative. Despite the hurt, Perez has stated that she does not harbor hatred for Lopez, acknowledging the complexity of their relationship. This experience serves as a cautionary tale about ambition and the dynamics between mentors and their protégés, highlighting how support can sometimes be overlooked in the pursuit of success. For both women, this chapter remains a significant part of their stories, reflecting the challenges and complexities of navigating fame and identity. Though the world of music often celebrates collaboration and friendship, it can also be a breeding ground for misunderstandings and rivalries. In the case of Brandy Norwood and Jennifer Lopez, a seemingly innocent social media post sparked a wave of speculation and tension. In 2018, Brandy shared a photo with Mariah Carey, accompanied by the hashtag #ShadowsKnowHer. While Brandy intended the post as a light-hearted tribute to her friendship with Carey, fans quickly interpreted it as a dig at Lopez, referencing a long-standing feud between Carey and Lopez. The timing of the post coincided with renewed interest in this rivalry, which only intensified the reactions from fans. As the post went viral, Lopez's supporters accused Brandy of stirring up drama and taking sides. Despite Brandy's insistence that her caption was not meant to provoke, many remained unconvinced, viewing the hashtag as a deliberate jab. This incident thrust Brandy into an unexpected media spotlight, forcing her to clarify her intentions and express her respect for all artists involved. The situation underscored the fragility of celebrity relationships in the age of social media, where even the most innocent gestures can be misconstrued. Lopez, while not publicly addressing the issue, reportedly felt frustrated by the attention and the implications of being drawn into a conflict she did not initiate. For Brandy, the experience served as a reminder of how quickly perceptions can shift in the digital landscape, revealing the complexities of fame and the impact of fan culture on personal relationships. The episode highlighted the delicate balance artists must navigate in maintaining their public personas while managing the expectations and interpretations of their fans. The tension between Jennifer Lopez and Nicki Minaj has intrigued fans and observers alike, primarily unfolding through their interactions on television and subtle body language. One of the most memorable moments occurred at the 2015 American Music Awards. During this event, Lopez delivered a vibrant dance medley that included Minaj's popular song Anaconda. As Lopez executed her provocative choreography, The camera shifted to Minaj, who was seated in the audience with a notably unimpressed expression. This moment quickly went viral, sparking widespread speculation about Minaj's reaction. Viewers debated whether her expression indicated disapproval, jealousy, or mere boredom. Social media buzzed with theories, with some suggesting Minaj was upset that Lopez performed her song without inviting her on stage. Others believed that Minaj felt Lopez's performance undermined the song's empowering message. This ambiguous moment became a meme, and ignited discussions about respect among women in the music industry. Although neither artist addressed the incident right away, their subsequent interviews and appearances revealed a lack of warmth between them. In 2016, Minaj seemed to throw subtle shade during an awards show monologue, joking about singers pretending to rap, a comment many interpreted as directed at Lopez, who had dabbled in hip-hop despite limited lyrical prowess. Meanwhile, Lopez appeared to avoid the topic, and fans noted that she stopped incorporating Minaj music into her performances. Despite these chilly interactions, recent moments hint at a potential thawing in their relationship. Both artists have offered brief praise for each other's style, and have attended events without incident. Nevertheless, the memory of that anaconda moment remains a vivid reminder of a time when two influential entertainers, each commanding their own genre, silently assessed one another. In the competitive landscape of pop culture, even silence and a single facial expression can convey significant meaning. While rumors of a feud between Jennifer Lopez and Rihanna have circulated for years, the reasons behind this speculation are complex. The tension seems to stem from their shared romantic history with rapper Drake. In late 2016, Lopez was briefly linked to Drake, which caught the public's attention due to his long and tumultuous relationship with Rihanna. Their history included reconciliations and emotional moments, such as Drake's heartfelt speech at the 2016 MTV VMAs, where he declared his love for Rihanna. Just months later, however, he was seen with Lopez, which surprised many and led to backlash on social media. Rihanna's response was to unfollow both Drake and Lopez, a move interpreted by fans as a sign of disapproval. Meanwhile, Lopez remained silent on the matter, but began posting cryptic messages on social media, hinting at her feelings without directly addressing the situation. Despite being two of the most influential women in music, they have rarely interacted publicly, even at high-profile events where they were both present. This consistent avoidance has fueled speculation about unresolved tension between them. In celebrity culture, even small actions like unfollowing someone can create headlines, and the distance between Lopez and Rihanna has become a topic of interest. Their silence, whether stemming from personal feelings or professional rivalry, has only intensified over the years. Both artists have achieved global success, yet the shadow of their connection to Drake remains a mysterious aspect of their stories. The ongoing speculation about their relationship continues to captivate fans and observers alike, leaving many to wonder about the true nature of their feelings toward each other. Before the fame, the multi-million-dollar record deals, and the Hollywood red carpets, Jennifer Lopez was simply a rising performer with dreams of stardom. Dreams she shared with her first husband, Johnny Noah, a Cuban-born aspiring actor and former waiter. Noah met Lopez in 1996 while working at a Miami restaurant. The connection was instant, and their whirlwind romance led to marriage within a year. At the time, Lopez was on the cusp of her breakout role in Selena, and their relationship offered a glimpse into a pre-fame version of Lopez that few remember. However, their marriage was short-lived, lasting just 11 months. As Lopez's career exploded following Selena and her first album release, the dynamic between the couple shifted dramatically. Noah struggled with the pressures of sudden fame, and Lopez, rapidly transforming into a global icon, found herself in a different world. The gap between their lifestyles and ambitions widened, and despite the initial love, they soon parted ways. While many of Lopez's past relationships have ended in bitterness or controversy, Noah has taken a notably different path. In interviews years later, he has spoken with a tone of reflection rather than resentment. He recalled their early days with fondness, recognizing the strain her fame placed on the marriage, but expressing pride in her accomplishments. He has even stated that he harbors no ill will, and was supportive of her rekindled romance with Ben Affleck, calling it a beautiful thing. That said, their post-marriage history wasn't without complications. Noah once attempted to publish a tell-all memoir, and release private footage from their time together, leading to a series of legal battles with Lopez's team. The court ultimately blocked the release, and the incident left a brief blemish on their post-divorce narrative. Yet, Noah has since shifted his focus away from the limelight, and the lasting sentiment he communicates is not one of bitterness but of nostalgia and closure. His perspective stands as an exception in Lopez's history of high-profile romantic fallout, a reminder that not every ex left with hard feelings. In 1998, Jennifer Lopez gave an interview that would echo through Hollywood for years. At that time, she was still establishing her career, and her candid remarks about fellow actress Gwyneth Paltrow stirred significant controversy. Paltrow had just won an Academy Award for her role in Shakespeare in Love, and was celebrated as one of the leading actresses of her generation. Lopez, however, did not hold back in her criticism, labeling Paltrow's acting as uninspired, and suggesting that her success was more about her relationship with Brad Pitt than her talent. This bold statement was not just a personal jab. It was a strategic move by Lopez to carve out her own identity in an industry dominated by polished insiders. The fallout from Lopez's comments was immediate and lasting. Paltrow chose not to respond publicly, which many interpreted as a sign of disapproval. Insiders hinted that Paltrow viewed Lopez's remarks as disrespectful, especially in an industry where women should support one another. This incident marked a turning point in their relationship, as the two women rarely crossed paths in public after that. Despite attending the same events, such as the Oscars and fashion shows, they were never seen interacting, which fueled speculation about the tension between them. Lopez's reputation as outspoken and unfiltered became a defining trait in her career, often leading her to step on toes to assert her place in Hollywood. While this approach garnered her a loyal fan base, it also created long-lasting grudges. The impact of that single interview highlighted how a moment of honesty could have significant repercussions in an industry where image and diplomacy are paramount. The dynamic between Lopez and Paltrow serves as a reminder of the complexities of relationships in Hollywood, especially among women navigating the same competitive landscape. As the years passed, the narrative surrounding Jennifer Lopez evolved. Yet the initial backlash from her comments remained a significant part of her story. Many people continued to view her through the lens of that infamous interview, where her candidness was seen as both refreshing and reckless. The media often revisited the feud, using it to frame Lopez as a polarizing figure in the entertainment industry. While some fans appreciated her honesty and ambition, others felt that her remarks were disrespectful to established artists. This division highlighted the challenges of navigating fame, where every statement can lead to intense scrutiny. Lopez's career continued to flourish, with her starring in numerous films and releasing hit songs, yet the shadow of that moment lingered. It served as a reminder of how quickly public opinion can shift, and how the quest for success can sometimes lead to missteps. The complexities of her journey reflect the broader themes of ambition, respect, and the fine line between confidence and controversy.